Greetings and salutations, everyone, and welcome to Let's Play Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Father. I'm Kamchak Fisko, and come join me for the first of the trilogy of Gabriel Knights. Let's go to the Dixieland drugstore, see what we can cross-reference.
Hi.
Alright, so let's talk to him.
Can I ask you just a few more questions?
Whatever, man.
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
Marie? She's somebody from the old days. One of those folk tales. Oh, the tourists eat it up, non.
Anything else to say about her?
Have you ever heard of Marie Laveau?
I don't know much, monsieur. Someone at Voodoo Museum could tell you all about her.
That's where I learned about the information in the first place. Let's look at the tomb first. Don't remember we could do anything else here. At the very least, we talked to the groundskeeper. He should know more about Marie Laveau. Or at least, practitioners in the coming and going.
Excuse me, sir?
What you need, boy?
Mind if I pick your brain a minute?
Oop,
Go ahead. These folks ain't in no hurry.
Alright, so yeah, Marie Laveau.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Sure. She was the voodoo queen of New Orleans. A powerful voodooine and a powerful sorceress. Believers still come to her tomb, you know. They write secret marks on the walls, leaving offerings in there. Then there's the tourists. They come out of curiosity. As a matter of fact, that big Dr. John fella from the Voodoo Museum, he's here at least once a day. But Marie Laveau's tomb ain't the only one the believers visit and make markings and leave offerings at.
Really?
What else can you tell me about Marie Laveau?
Her tomb's on all our tombs. Even the Baptists come round here to gawk. Course, you may not know this, but some of the real serious voodoo types argue that she ain't in this one at all, but down in an unmarked tomb in number 3. It's all the same to me, I say. Save me a lot of cleanup work if she weren't here, if you ask me.
Yeah, but everybody thinks she's here, so whether she is or not, this is where they'll visit.
What else can you tell me about Marie Laveau?
Boy, go out and buy a book if you really want to know. I ain't too sure of my facts these days, nohow.
That's fair.
You said there were other marked tombs?
Yep. I seen bull hearts left on tombs and a nest of vulture feathers, plates of peas and corn greens, animal parts, human parts even, it looked like.
Jeez.
Male parts, if you get my meaning. And this at one of the great family crypts, mind you. Odd how them types just pick a spot and stick to it.
Severed peens everywhere. Lerna Bobbitt must have been happy.
What other tombs get marked? Can you show me?
No, I ain't one for naming names. I don't like to encourage that kind of thing. It's distressing to the families, and rightly so.
That's fair.
Don't know how that sort of thing gets started. Why folks come to start leaving stuff at that one spot. But it happens all the same.
Yeah. Alright, so that's all we can do there. Stop. Click. Mouse is annoying to control on DOS
Welcome,
bars.
Seeker. You must be the one Dr. John called me about.
I guess so. My name is...
Wait? Gabriel Knight?
You're too quick for me.
Actually, Dr. John told me. You have come to the right place, Mr. Knight. Tell me how I can help.
We're going to look around a little bit first, because this place is very impressive.
The mask is made of carved wood and looks African. The shelf holds a variety of unusual objects.
Whoops.
The shelf, the kind of thing Gabriel refers to as junk.
Got it.
Magentia's bottles probably contain secret ritual concoctions.
Maybe.
It's a large cluster of quartz crystals. The Moonbeam residence looks like a cross between a voodoo temple and a Victorian fortune teller's parlor, by way of H Street. A large, sluggish snake rests on the floor of the fancy bird cage. Apparently, Magenta is not a fastidious housekeeper. A shed skin shares the cage with its original owner.
Interesting. If we could get that shedded skin, we could actually check to see if it matches our scale.
A large crystal ball is prominently displayed. The moonbeam
Okay, that's the same dialogue.
Nope,
nothing else new. Alright, cool. So let's go ahead and interact with her.
Dr. John tells me you're a voodoo practitioner of some kind.
Yes, I am a voodoo yen, a voodoo priestess.
Okay.
Could I ask you a few questions?
Of course, Seeker.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
My practice is mainly selling charms and potions with magic power, such as gree-gree and voodoo oils. You know, everything from unrequited love to wandering spouses to winning a lawsuit. But my spells and charms are powerful, and they work.
Okay.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Much of a voodoo yen's work is protecting her clients from the spell of others. I make special protective gree-gree to be worn in secret. They keep evil spells from working against my clients.
I'm guessing your clients would show up having a problem, which is why that ends up being her catered specialty. Makes sense.
What can you tell me
Why
about
else would you seek
voodoo?
one out?
The recipes for voodoo charms have been handed down from master to apprentice for centuries.
Because, you know, like she had pointed out, if we wanted normal hoodoo, we'd just go to the guy's shop. This is a specified, high-focus, high-powered spells kind of hoodoo.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
I have told you all it is proper for you to know, Monsieur Knight.
Pardon me?
What do you know about the voodoo murders?
Why, that has nothing to do with me and my
I didn't mean
clientele,
to imply
but
that.
I can tell you that you should stay as far from it as possible. There is badness there, very bad.
So she doesn't think it's fake voodoo, and she's a voodoo expert.
So you don't think the voodoo aspects of the case are fake?
Fake? Let me tell you about fake. If I get information through the grapevine and make use of it, is that fake? No, that is part of a voodoo yen's power. If people don't believe, there is not much I can do. But if they do believe, that is a part of my power too. But there are things, monsieur,
Psychosomatic.
things not even a little bit fake, I can tell you. Believe it or not, but stay away from it.
What do you mean? Do you know something about the case?
I work hard on fine-tuning my spiritual antenna, Monsieur Knight, and I get a clear signal from that direction. Beware.
Alright.
What do you mean? Do you know something about the case?
Or
I
is that
work
loop?
hard on...
Yeah, it's a loop. Okay.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
New Orleans is the center of voodoo practice in the United States.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It is a fascinating city with many dark secrets.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It is my favorite place in the world.
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
It is my...
Okay, that's the loop.
Do you know anything about snakes?
She should. She has one.
Snakes? You mean like my beloved Grimwald? She's a python, you know. Quite deadly in the wrong hands. I was trained by one of the great voodoo queens to learn how to hypnotize and handle snakes.
Interesting.
Tell me more about snakes.
Oh, I wouldn't want to give away my trade secrets.
Fair.
What's the significance of St. John's Eve?
St. John's Eve? It is the greatest night of the voodoo year. There is always a traditional conclave on St. John's Eve. Most of our voodoo churches these days hold functions in the church hall. But in the old days, they had ceremonies out in the wild, and they wore animal masks and had a huge bonfire and dancing. I used to go when I was an apprentice. Sometimes in the swamp, you know. Bayou St. John. Sometimes at the lake, Lake Pontchartrain.
The lake, huh?
What's the significance of St. John's
special ceremonies are performed, and the lower come to ride the faithful.
I don't want to say anything because I'm sure the game will elaborate way better than I can.
St. John's Eve.
There is no night more powerful to voodoo magic.
That's probably going to be the loop,
What's-
right?
There,
Yep.
Do you have any idea what Caprice Saint-Cœur means?
no. No, I don't.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
Oh, yes, she was the first of the great voodoo queens.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
She ruled voodoo in New Orleans for 100 years, they say.
2 lifetimes, her and her daughter.
Do you know anything about Marie Laveau?
I'm sure a historian could help you with that, if you want to know more.
Tell me about the animal masks.
I saw them used once or twice when I was younger, but you don't see them much anymore. They're too close.
Too close. To
Close.
what?
Just bad karma.
That was ominous. And I think Animal Mask unlocks the ability to actually talk to the other store owner about the crocodile mask.
Tell me about the animal
I
mask.
just could not see that word.
I don't know what else to say about that.
You didn't seem to want to say anything about it.
Have you ever heard the word Schottenjäger?
I don't know anything about that.
Tell me about yourself.
Yes? What would you like to hear?
How'd you get into this business?
I trained in the voodoo arts for many years with the great Queen Tabitha.
Really? Who's she?
You have never heard of her? For shame! I can see you know little of the world of magic.
I'm beginning to get that impression, yes. What kind of people come to see you?
Seekers after the truth, such as yourself.
Do you do anything else?
I am a voodoo yen, and that is plenty. It takes much spiritual effort.
I would imagine.
How many voodoo yens are there?
No one knows exactly. Many practice in secret. There are probably hundreds. But of course the level and the power of the voodoo yens differ greatly, depending on their training and natural gifts.
Yeah, my brain was trying to smash the 2 words together. I don't know why it does that sometimes.
Tell me anything at all.
I haven't always lived in New Orleans. I came here from Kansas as a young woman.
Tell me anything at all.
I began studying voodoo more than 20 years ago. I am well versed in the magical art.
Cool.
Tell me anything at all.
Many non-believers come to me. They are usually believers when they leave.
I'm pretty sure Gabriel was starting to become a believer before he met you, but I have no doubt you will sway him further.
Tell me anything at all.
Dr. John sends me many seekers such as yourself.
Tell me anything at all.
I am happy here with my clientele and my snake.
I was going to make a bad comment about how a snake would be a better partner than a man, but we'll just leave that on the side. Keep
Tell
going.
me anything at all.
I haven't always lived in New Orleans.
Okay,
I
we've
came
looped.
I can't think of anything.
very well.
About Grimwald.
What about her?
Where'd you get Grimwald?
She belonged to a traveling reptile show. She was being terribly mistreated, so
Oh,
I
jeez.
offered to buy her. She's named after a spirit guide I had once. The spirit Grimwald was a very powerful female snake priestess in Egyptian times.
Grimwald doesn't sound Egyptian.
I only know what the spirits tell me. Monsieur, I am sure they know better than we.
Okay, so I will actually do a slight cap on something they were saying earlier about the Loas. They'll go into more detail in the game, but a Loa is basically the higher spirits. They're gods. They're spirits. They're higher entities. Depending, you can liken it to a god, or you can liken it to, if you look at the pagans, where they have a multi-god system. But they refer to them specifically as great spirits, not gods. And they can ride the practitioners during rituals, where they will temporarily take control of you and then let you go when the ritual is complete. Which is a very interesting concept.
How'd you learn to handle Grimwald?
I told you a great voodoo queen taught me. She learned from Marie Laveau herself.
Damn.
Ah, fascinating.
The reason why it's referred to as writing is because it's always temporary. They don't possess you.
Would you consider giving me one of Grimwald's scales?
No, I couldn't do that. You might do some gree-gree of your own, no? One must be very careful with such things. Hair clippings, nail parings, and snake scale.
Good to know.
How about showing me how you handle Grimwald?
Really? You would like to see me dance, perhaps?
That would be swell.
I won't make you wait, Monsieur Knight. No matter what you see, do not be frightened.
I'll give it my best shot.
Not sure I would be afraid of her dancing with a snake. It's not like it's wrapping around her neck or anything.
There. Truly inspiring, isn't it?
That's certainly one word for it.
Am I allowed to grab this? I don't remember.
Magentia's snakes looks a little sickly, but Gabriel would still rather not stick his hand in the cage.
Oh, do I have to do it while she's dancing? Am I allowed to
Could
get
I
up while
ask
she's
you-
doing her
Certainly.
thing? Let's do Gree-Gree and then
Give
we'll
me
have her
an
dance
example
again.
of a gris-gris.
All right. Here's an old one. Take a lodestone and some brimstone to a crossroads at midnight. Light the brimstone with a match, and a spirit will come and give you advice in gambling.
Creepy.
Give me an example of a gris-gris.
Here's an old hoodoo Dr. Gree-Gree. Place a dime under your client's tongue, and if the client is under a spell of any kind, the dime will turn black.
Interesting.
Give me an example of a gris-gris.
To send someone away, take a rotten egg and write that person's name on it 9 times. You can also write on it where you want to send that person to. Take it and throw it against his door at midnight.
Interesting.
Give me an example of a gris-gris.
Here's a nasty one. To kill someone, get a sock or a shoe that belongs to that person. Put graveyard dirt in it and bury it under their front steps.
Does
Why
that
would you
work?
teach somebody?
I don't know. I never tried it.
What? Why would you? Okay.
Give me an example of a gris-gris.
To ensure the safety of your child, cut a lock of its hair while it is still a baby and keep it with you. The child must have all its hair before it can die.
These are interesting.
They're very old. The gree-gree that I prepare is much more powerful, I can assure you, but I don't give out those secrets.
Give me an example of a gris-gris.
All right. Here's an old one. Take a lodestone.
Okay. She's looping. All right.
About Grimwald.
What about her?
Yeah. The dance.
How about showing me your snake dance again?
It is inspiring, is it not? All right.
All right. So I was able to move while
I
she
shall
did the
again
dance.
amaze
I
you.
didn't realize
You
that. That's why I
certainly
just sat
will.
there. Stop thinking with your dick, Gabriel. All right. I gotta wait till she's like in the middle of the room and then I get up. Go grab the scale. or
Gabriel
the-
grabs the shed
the skin.
snake skin while Magenta is otherwise occupied.
Perfect.
There. Truly inspiring, isn't it?
That's certainly one word for it.
So I should now be able to examine the snake skin.
Gabriel magnifies the shed skin from Magentia, Moonbeam's snake. The snake scales are hued brown. They don't match the scale from Lake Pontchartrain.
No, at least we know she wasn't involved in the ritual. That's a good thing. Alright, so that's, I think, all we can learn from her for now.
Well, I guess I'll be gone now.
Alright.
Peace and harmony be yours.
Right.
Says something very Voodooing to us, we're just like, okay.
My personal thanks to each and every one of you for tuning in. You all are awesome viewers. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. It means a lot to me, and I do hope you enjoy it. You all take care of yourselves. If you want to see more of me, come to the video on the list, or stay tuned for more. Feel free to leave a comment below, and please remember to hit that like button if you enjoyed the video. In the meantime, fare thee well, everyone.